This is the third Pearl of Africa Summer Leadership School, organized by Mastercard Foundation Scholars Program at Makerere University, in partnership with the Private Sector Foundation, Uganda.
So today, we're going to be talking about majorly our session objectives are soft skills. Everything that is not technical is a soft skill. I know you've had your papers. Then when you bring your papers, there are other particular skills. There are certain characteristics, there are certain traits that you need to show to these people. What we have here is when you want to be successful and when you want to perform well at the workplace, you need the technical strength. Then we have what are called hard skills. The hard skills are the ones that we are talking about, your papers. Partly what we say that we are lacking or what we need are called the soft skills. Soft skills are those skills that pertain to a personality. That means that I as a person must possess certain things that are going to make me different. We are in a competitive world. And because we are in a competitive world, we need certain particular traits that make us different from any other person. We're also saying that the ability to interact amicably with others. Other people simply say that soft skills are personal characteristics that can affect relationships, communication, and interaction. So meaning that, one, we talk about the individual, we talk about the team, and then we talk about how you majorly communicate. Why do we need soft skills? There are lots of reasons why we need soft skills, because the hard skills are not the only skills that you need at the workplace. When people go at the job at the moment, the first thing is, how much salary am I getting? But do you think that is the right way? Do you know what other people have gone through to get where they are? Why are they important? We are saying that they're important for promotion and growth. We can handle our internal relations very well as individuals. It helps you take decisions because in here, we're going to see different skills like communication, good presentation skills. It helps high demand. It creates you as a unique person. And because you're unique, then people will hire you. Soft skills help in problem solving, and you solve your own problems more efficiently. Then they help in professional advancement because then part of these skills, I said, include communication. So you'll be capable of communicating well. Then at business level, they improve your productivity because many of you will be capable of using computers well. You know, majorly businesses are meant to be competitive and they are meant to have all that productivity. So when you have these skills, productivity will increase. We will have improved leadership skills because you know as leaders, they influence, they motivate others. So you need the leadership skills. Then when you have these skills, you can really work better in teams. You form the teams, you build very nice teams. It enhances satisfaction, employee satisfaction, because you know how to talk, you know how to care for others. You know your work, you're hardworking, you know how to present, you know how to communicate. Then, employees will be satisfied. It drives positive change. There are lots of changes that happen. Sometimes they may think about downsizing, but this helps you to remain positive to any changes that come. Because at the workplace, at any time, you know that anything can happen. But when it happens, how do you handle such a thing? Then majorly it improves employee retention. And then it makes a healthy work environment. You don't need to be in an environment where every time people are shouting. You need a place where people are happy. As we are saying, there are lots of soft skills which we can't complete here. Good attendance, personal energy, interpersonal skills, motivational skills, safety at the workplace, grammar that you use. Can you write a letter without mistakes? These are things that must prepare you as you transit to a job. Because at the workplace, practically, when you will go there, you'll find a lot of challenges. So, here there are as many as possible: flexibility, team skills, common sense, willingness to be accountable, staying on the job until it is finished. Some people don't want to finish the jobs that they take. So we have selected some that we think that people must have. Mastercard and then Private Sector Foundation and other partners did a study and found out that some people were not employed and were not working well simply because they lacked part of the skills. They did not have creativity or innovation skills. They did not have critical thinking skills. They could not solve problems. They did not take initiative as individuals. You're going to go in organizations, and you will need to be a person who starts something. So we will start with creativity and innovation. How can we be creative in our workplaces?
Let's say I'm working as a secretary, and we are using a lot of paperwork to track records, and every day files are accumulating and data is being compiled. You can think of a strategy on how you can track the data in a simple way, like using simple technology and implementing new skills of tracking data, like using the Google Workplace, like the Google Forms, the Google Surveys. So just in case they need to track someone who was in a company 20 years back, they can easily track the records. They can just go on that platform and they just get the information that quickly.
My name is Mirambe Martha. So one way I can be creative is in the maybe giving a scenario of the marketing department in case the company is not known well. So you as a marketing department, you have to set up different strategies on how to bring the company on board. Bring up different ways, maybe like develop social media platforms, reach out to people, go out and in the field, talk about your company so that you can raise the sales for the company.
Okay, thank you so much. Everyone is trying to say, improve the products and the services that you find. You're seeing clients are very difficult to get, and then you're seated waiting salary. How can you create something different? Then another skill that you need is problem solving. In workplaces, you're going to be faced by a lot of problems here and there. Someone will come to you and he says, please, they have said you love the boss. When you've just come, how are you going to handle that? People will talk about lots of things. For me, if they talk about lots of things, what do? As an individual, I've accepted that I'm not supposed to get annoyed. I simply said, this is the world, and that is the way I solve my problems. So when you're confronted with a problem, how do you solve it? But majorly, we are saying that problem solving is a skill to resolve issues quickly and efficiently. This skill refers to an ability to find a long-term solution to a problem in the organization's best interest and that of people's interest. Again, problem solving, we have said that it is part of ability to find a way to move forward. Always move forward. Don't lag behind. Know that this thing has come The problem has come, but it is going to go. There is nothing that is permanent. Use critical thinking and logical reasoning. Make a good informed decision. By making a good informed decision, can you ask others? You've gone into an organization, you just still new, you don't know how things happen, the problem has come. You must learn how to make friends. Prepare and take systematic, resourceful approach. Be flexible. Be open to any change that comes. Find new ways to do things and have good self-awareness. We are saying by having all that, one must be a very good problem solver. Practically at the workplace, because this is what you're going to find. Then, another skill that you must have is critical thinking. It is the way of thinking which does not accept arguments and conclusions blindly. Rather, it examines assumptions, recognizes hidden values, evaluates the data and the conclusion. So, certain times you will come and you need to think for the organization. Your boss will leave you in the organization to be maybe the head of something, the head of marketing, or they will deploy you somewhere. But do you have those ways when someone tells you something and then you really reflect reasonably, very fast, and you decide? Then we're also saying that imagination is more important than the knowledge that you have. It is the ability to question and cope with uncertainty, without which anything can happen. What I'm saying that as something comes, question, why has it come? And then what am I supposed to do? Don't take drastic decisions. First think about them. That is critical thinking. How do we do it? We can try and take experiments. We can do research before we take a decision on anything that we want to take. Research by going on Google to see how we can solve that complex problem that may come. We may also do creative problem solving, where we say that if you're confronted with a problem, act calm, and then in the end, you'll be there. Then come up with alternative solutions. Don't think about only one solution to a problem. When you're confronted, act logically. Don't take risks, but be prepared. Look at conclusions that you have to take, and in the end, you will be that person who is there. Then another skill that you need is taking initiative. Can you be the first to think about certain things that are going to help your organization? Being initiative means be the first to do something. Be proactive. Take the first steps. Don't just be behind. Set your own goals and vision. Always don't be the last on the line, be the first on the line. And then always take action. After taking that initiative, don't just remain with your ideas, take action. So as you enter this very complex world of work, try to think about taking initiative and have what is called self-direction. Then obviously, integrity and the code of conduct is very, very important. Remember, you've come from campus and you want to create a very good first impression. How are you going to dress that first day you will go at the job? Because that first day you'll go at the job, people will be waiting to see a new person. How have you dressed? So organizations have their codes of conduct. They'll say here, ladies sit there and men sit here. And then you come in an organization and you think you want to sit with the women. How? Because they have their own ways, rules and regulations that govern them. So understanding the rules and regulations for our workplace is very important. Integrity is very important, and that goes with work ethics and self-motivation. Have that internal drive. Try to be smart, accountable, be honest, be dependable, where someone will always say, let's give that person the work. meet deadlines, attend meetings if at all they have meetings. So the other skill is leadership. I know you've studied too much leadership. I'll not go deep into that. But this is also a soft skill that you need. When you go, please don't always be behind. Be a hard worker and then turn to be a leader in your own way. So part of what you need are those. Influencing others, communicating the goals and the vision at your level. Teach, motivate, facilitate, engage the team, build consensus before you do anything. So also being a good leader in anything that you're going to do is very important. We have what are called interpersonal skills. So at individual level, there are certain things that you must have. And then in an organization, there are certain things that you must have. And majorly here, all these are ways of how you interact with others. So interpersonal skills, we have emotional intelligence, communication, which is listening and speaking, and this helps you build confidence. We have conflict resolution, we have customer care, collaboration and teamwork, and we have respect for diversity. Being emotionally intelligent means have that self-awareness, being in touch with your emotions. Self-management, managing distressing emotions so they don't affect you functionally. Sometimes someone tells you something that hurts. How are you managing it? When you do it well, they say that person is emotionally intelligent. He has managed his what? His emotions. An emotionally intelligent person will be motivated. He will be able to stay positive in the face of challenges. Don't come in an organization and be negative right from the start. Actually, don't be negative at all. Why should you be negative? Why should you bring that negativity? Positivity is what works at organizations. Then emotionally intelligent people are empathy. They know what others are feeling, and therefore they respect other people's feelings. Always at the workplace, respect other people's feelings. Then in here, I know you've studied a lot of communication. As you're communicating, try to be clear. They say keep it simple always. When you're communicating, we have a person speaking and we have a person listening. So in there are potential influencers of communication. You've seen here, body language, attitude, clarity, listening. In all the listening that you do, there are three major important things. Are you talking content or not? That is number one. People need to hear information. And the other thing is, if people are speaking, can you listen to them? How do you listen to them? Keep eye contact. Because someone is telling you something and then all of a sudden you're on the phone. And this has brought very many difficulties in marriages and difficulties at the workplace. Then I had written some rule of thumbs here. Be brief, be organized, be clear, be relevant to what you're saying. Respect other people. If you're going in for an audience, really first know who you're going to talk to. All this is part of communication. The posture, the head position, the facial expression, the eye contact, the gestures are very important. If I came in here and I was coming for a presentation and I came in this way, what would you pick? So the postures that you have in the presentations are very important. And what does that mean to the workplace? Try to have that little bit of smile because you are new. We are looking at you as a new person. We don't want to take that impression that this person is very what? Annoyed. Then we are going to talk about writing communication because we have verbal and then we also have the written communication. The written communication majorly is, do you know how to write a business letter? Do you know how to write a memo? When you go in an organization, think about the important documents. They have put you in procurement. What are the documents in procurement? Then maybe second last is conflict resolution. Majorly it is the ability to persuade, Solve conflicts. We've been talking about all this as we came in, but never create conflict in an organization. As you come in, think about others. Avoid a win-lose philosophy, use win-win. A win-lose philosophy is when you say, for me, I must win. When we have a conflict, so we have come in and for me, I must win. Always know that when we have a win-win situation, it is always very productive. Deal with conflict appropriately, don't abuse people. Then productively look for common ground or get helpful solutions. So whenever we do all this, let's look at the common ground. Everyone is not a loser, but a winner. There are as many soft skills as possible. But as I summarize this, one is, I would say that go at the workplace when you can be a good communicator. In all these skills, they drive at being a what? A good communicator. And then maybe lastly is, I wish you well as you go into the jobs that you're going to do. Thank you so much.
Enhancing the scholar's potential to transition to meaningful and dignified engagements.